Hello everyone, this is my first live and I just wanted to open up and start a discussion because we're in a serious ascension period now, especially with the Lion's Gate coming up, and we keep hearing that there's two different kinds of ascension, plus the fact that some people might not ascend, but I don't think so. I think we're all going forward because we're all one, so if one of us is going up, we all are. But where is the up? Now, here comes the thing. Some people say the artificial timeline with AI and technology is all evil and that there's no way for that to be good, right? However, currently we are in a technological phase that I think most of us are enjoying, especially like the irony of spiritual TikTok teachers, you know what I mean? Like just us people trying to enlighten and ascend everybody. We're using technology, you know, like the phones, the internet, it's all its own magic. Like it is its own magic. But then you do have the dangers of AI and things taking over and the whole Terminator plot happening. Ugh, right? We don't want that. But is that actually where we're going, or is that just fear porn to turn us away from it? Okay, so I've established that I actually think technology is good. However, when you're studying spirituality, a lot of them say that the technological path is the evil path and we need to just be fully enlightened in ourselves. So you don't need an iPad, you have your heart center. And I agree in the heart center, and I agree in the magic of trees and all energy magic. I'm fully in a, you know, the laws of the hermetics, vibrations being everything, magic being important and wanting magic in everything, being obsessed with crystals and the chakras and just, whew, you know what I mean? Like the whole everything, you know, disembodiment, integrating the ego, everything, sacred geometry, like that's my jam. I want that future too. However, that one's ideal is unclear to me. They say, okay, we're all one. Okay, we love nature. Okay. And then you see communes and they just sit around with the banjo in a circle with some drums, which is nice. That's nice. But are we actually going to pretend that's nice forever? Forever. And oh, but if you get happy in your own heart center perfectly, then you are happy just sitting there doing nothing. Okay. But what is the problem? Like I feel like Source came down here, God came down here, maybe to experience a little more. And technology, I know, can have, like, funny enough, a very Luciferian and a very satanic energy where it is both very, very hyped and stimulating with dopamine and serotonin. So you're getting that Luciferian punch, but then it's also very satanic, very materialistic, very very physical, but then it's not physical because of Wi-Fi and the internet. It actually is etheric too. So there's so many variables that go on when you think about technology that yes, AI is dangerous and yes, we need to monitor. So what are we saying? So are you saying if you choose technology, even though it's an ascension path, it's not as high, but then what is the benefit of just sitting in some trees and singing forever? Okay, or we disintegrate, go back into Source, we're just being part of God. So when you sign on for that kind of ascension, are you signing off of the individual experience? Is that it? So is that the answer? Yes or no? We get to choose. I know all that. We determine our own reality. I know all that. What I'm really asking here, and we all have to decide this for ourselves, but when you take everything into full consideration, why is one assumes bad? I guess because in the forest dancing and singing you don't probably ever have evil. But how would I know? That's more the future I can't actually connect with. And maybe I need to start connecting with that more to see the truth of it. Maybe there's people that see the witch's Wiccan path where, like, you're just in a magical forest with fairy. That one might be the one for me. But then how do I start aiming there? Like, do I start imagining I saw a unicorn? Like, the technological future makes more sense. Like I was saying, like living with unicorns and fairies and actual magic where someone is just like bibbity boppity boo, you know, where you actually get that, and that would have its own form of evil. So that world could still have evil. Not that I want evil, but I'm saying it makes more sense if it still exists, only because popping right out where there's no evil, it's almost as like, what's the point? Because it's like the game has no bad guy, right? The game has no villain. So when you're just singing and dancing in the forest, everybody's friends, everybody's happy. Okay, for eternity? You know what I mean? It's the one that's just like, but then there's like kind of realities that we don't even know exist, and blah blah blah. But my point is yeah, we're ascending, and maybe this means we've already ascended and now we choose what's next. Like, because people always talk doom and gloom. They always used to talk doom and gloom, and I'm not going to mention the doom gloom things, but the old 3D doom gloom of where the world was going, that's like, no, that's not what's going to happen. Now we can talk about what's actually going to happen. What's actually going to happen is this technological future is definitely going to happen. I don't see that not happening. And then they say you get to choose. How? Are half of us going to go party? Are we just going to split off so the others don't exist? And I don't know. If you ask me truthfully, there's what I've learned, and then there's what I believe. What I believe, I have experienced the timeline shifting only in the fact that people I used to know don't even react to me the same way at all. So you know how they say you project your reality, and then also that timelines can split and you won't even realize it, and there's an infinite amount. I've kind of experienced similar things where like sometimes people won't even like, it's like we didn't live the same past. So either then there's, you know, your own perception shifting where maybe you were just seeing things differently now. So that's also an option. So I'm not sure what I believe on the multiple realities, only that I've experienced things that would say it, but then I am a genius at counter explaining it. And I used to be an atheist for like a long time, so I can easily rationalize almost anything, and that's a very bad thing for me. Like it's effective and I could do it, but I don't like that. I don't like that I can take it away like that. He giveth and he taketh away. I want to keep growing ideas, and I can't keep growing ideas if they keep coming back. Like, oh, that's not going to work because of this. You know? But the technological future, I have nothing to do with. It's happening, and I can't unsee that happening. And I can't unsee the benefits. And honestly, just like the fear porn of the past, I think we can erase the, you know, the AI taking over. And things are never as dramatic as we think. It's funny because when you look back, there was dramatic things that happened, you just weren't told about them, and you end up finding about them later. And then the dramatic things they told us happened didn't actually happen that way. Like, how about we just start living in the truth? That'd be an entertaining story, you know? And then we could properly judge our future and what we want, like actually as a society. Where do we want to go? What do we want? Can we do both? Maybe. Like, there we go. Like, we live in a world with tons of retreats that are affordable, by the way, not like $10,000 each. Like, that's insane. Like, let's have lots of retreats in the forest, and then why do we have to organize, blah, blah, blah. I know, but okay, let us just go into the forest. Stop bossing us around. There you go. Stop stopping us from going in the forest, like all the governments owning all the forests. Like, I live in Canada, tons of forests, but like, you're not in this one because this guy owns 20 acres, and that one's the provinces, and that one's the municipality, and you can't just go wherever you want. It's like no trespassing signs everywhere, and everybody has to drive to the specific hiking trail, and that's a hiking trail you get to do. That's your nature. Or move out into the country like us, although not even the country, we just used to live in the city. So move out into old suburbs and get kind of a yard. Like, woo, they're, you know, like, you know what I'm saying? It's really hard to be in nature nowadays. They charge you for it and control it, and you can't just go create a commune unless you have the money to sit around. So like, how are we supposed to experiment with these things? It's so rare to actually get it up and going. Like, I feel like maybe I am an experiment of it. I have a yard. I like to go out there all the time and ground. I have a phone. I like making TikToks, and I used to make YouTubes, and they were really serious, and I thought they were good and very informative, but it turns out I just like to be me better and just be funny. And I don't know, like, figure out the questions that aren't even being asked, because how are we supposed to manifest our future if we are not even aware of the future options? Like, we need to know what we can even do. Like, what's the options? Not the fear, not AI is going to take over and the world's going to become the Terminator, or the other thing that's like, I think, oh, it's okay if we go become in the forest, it's going to be very boring. You get it? Like, We need to start thinking of the positive things. And there's so many things that we need to start thinking about of where can we go? What is our future in the positive way? Given the evidence before us, but let's also imagine new things. Because by imagining new things, we populate it into existence. The all is mind. We're using vibrations. Let's think of new things to invent, people. Like existences, not just stuff. We're doing good with this stuff. We have lots of stuff. I appreciate the people inventing the stuff. The stuff is great. That's your materialism. That's your Satanism side. And then we have lots of drugs, and they're doing great with that now, legalizing cannabis. That's your Luciferian side. That's the, we're getting good with that way, expanding things that way, though it's all new. Like that legalization is doing amazing things, expanding people's consciousness, right? The girl, The Alchemist, on YouTube, she might be here, Sarah Elkhart. She once said, and it was genius, that when she gets frustrated, she wishes that she could drop DMT into the water supply. So basically it causes everyone to have an acid trip, essentially, that you're like opening your pineal gland. So then, bam, mass awakening, like literally. That would be great. And then it'd be hilarious to go like, now where are we going? Because we could go a lot faster. That's like a lot of the reason why I like to, they say, spread the gospel, spread the word. This is the gospel. This is the word. You are the creator. You are the creator. You are the one projecting it out. And we're all just doing our part at it and trying to increase our energy so that we can do it more. And not in a selfish, evil way. That's we got to get in that Christ consciousness, that center pillar between Lucifer and Satan, where we come together in ourself so we can come together in the outside. And then the things we are going to create, and we want to create those things, will just be balanced because we're balanced. So what is the balance? We got to find it. We got to invent new things that are the balance, besides just sitting there and going, you know what I mean? We've always seen the monks in Tibet, or the nuns, or whatever, and they always have everything stripped from them, and so it scares everyone away. Like, we have to find a way that we're alive, we're living, but we're awake. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not ready to go be gone to Jesus or Buddha. We want to be moms. We want to buy stuff. We want to watch our TV sometimes, but then we don't want to be addicted to terrible TV. We don't want the poisonous commercials in our brains telling us what to do, or poisonous products, or being bossed around by everybody and everything. We want freedom. There's freedom. We want freedom. We want lots of technology that never turns evil. We want lots of forest access to the forest. Like, let us in, like, way more. I get there's probably still gonna be things, but like way more. We have so many things to work on that I think we can do. Positivity, and we got this. I'm positive. We just have to think of more new things. Goodbye for now.